really is. It's like, oh, okay. Oh man, we didn't have no music playing. I was trying to get us right midstream because we be having some really good conversations when we're not on live. And I was just going to go ahead and just hit the live button so they can just come in and just see, right in the middle of us talking about tonight's subject, which is interracial dating. Man, right in the middle of us talking about tonight. Hold on, let me go ahead and go on over to YouTube and see if I got that covered. Oh, yeah, got it. And let's see. All right. So they got oh, we got 5 people in here. All right. I want to thank everyone for jumping in on this live. This is God Level Presents Things That People Don't Want to Talk About. This week's, let me turn this down. This week's topic is actually interracial dating. I don't know how you feel about it. We were just having a discussion amongst ourselves. If you want to join in on this conversation, feel free to drop a comment on how you feel about it. I'm going to post a number so that way you can be able to call in with your comments. And we just gonna, before I get started, hey, my name's Renee. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm down here in Houston, Texas. I am a mother, I'm a nurse, an entrepreneur, I'm a sister, I'm an aunt, I'm a cousin, I'm a good friend. I am everything good. John, you want to go ahead and represent yourself?
John Nicholson here, aka John Skywalker, the slide talker, lyricist, spoken word artist, martial artist, personal trainer of life, student of psychology, and father. Currently, I have a hip-hop album out this year titled Lightbenders, available on all streaming platforms. If you like that true lyricism, that rewind it back type of vibe, yeah, that's me right there. Keep me out. Also, I am offering a 30-day superfoods detox protocol that will help cleanse your gut, cleanse your colon, improve your immunity, help you lose weight, and get you on the path to a healthier lifestyle. Just hit me up at master.johnskywalker over here. And also, I train virtually. So, again, I know we're like past New Year's resolutions and all that, but it's never too late to, formulate a plan and have a coach behind you to help you attain your fitness goals. So at Master.John Skywalker on my social media. Salute.
I am so sorry about that. Let me fix that now. I think I had the privacy set to friends when it should be on public. Now it's public. Can you see it on your Facebook now?
It's I can see it online.
Okay, brother.
I don't know what the issue is.
I have it. Dang, hold on. Let me try it again. Yeah, it says public. We got 10 viewers. So whenever you get ready, you want to go ahead and
I don't know because I don't know what it's doing, but it's good though. Yeah, this King Newborn. I'm on all social media platforms. When you get time, like, comment, share, subscribe to all three of us.
Yeah.
And I hope tonight be very, very, very interesting. Peace to all.
All right, who want to go ahead and kick this off? Because tonight we're doing. Oh, hey Monet, how you doing, babe? We're doing interracial dating. Now we're going to stick with Black men dating outside their race, Black women dating outside their race, which is because I see a lot of Black women starting to date outside of their race, due to we just talked about this, due to the lack of men in the community. Hey Monet, Monet, I'm sure she can share how she feels about that.
Yeah, yeah, we're open to hear it. Yeah, definitely open to hear
Monet,
it.
honey, go ahead and call the number and share with us how you feel about dating outside of your race. Um, I already posted the number. The number is 314-639-9345. Go ahead and call in with your comments. Share how you feel about dating outside your race. I'm gonna go back to what John was saying. I was trying to hit the live button when we were having a conversation. When we're backstage, it's just all raw. Um, it's all nothing is script. And he took it all the way back to Africa and how it's just a melt. I remember him using these words, a melting pot.
Mhm.
That's how we get all these different colored hues. My son dates outside of his race. And it took me a minute to accept that. I'm not gonna lie. I thought to myself, why? Why would you date outside of your race? And for a long time, I was against it. But at the end of the day, it's like he loves who he loves. I'm not gonna alienate my son because of the chosen skin tone he chooses to be involved with. It's like, no, it's not worth it to alienate him. And because of her, her being not us, so
Mm.
it took a long time for me to accept that. And so far he's the only one.
What do we think it means if our kids date outside of their race? What are we saying that means to us? Like when we have this we're having this difficulty with processing. It's almost we're stuttering like what?
Why
So
would you like?
yeah,
Yeah, I mean
what is the apprehension?
the way the world is today.
Mhm.
That's why. White privilege. White people do not. It is some. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say all white people, but it is some white people out there that do not like black people.
Right.
It's the education that we received in school. They want to tell us that our history started from us getting off a boat. No, honey, no, it did not. And it's like and then for some black women feel this way when a black man comes out of the hood and elevates himself and evolve, and then he gets what they called a trophy wife. Um, it's like, why couldn't you reach back and grab one of your sisters and take with you?
Well, why would he
You
do
know,
that?
Ooh, where's my water? Again,
That's good.
that
Yeah,
yeah, that's just how we feel. That's just how some black women feel. Like, well, what's wrong
no,
with us?
no,
Why you never go to the other
yeah,
side?
but
What's
again,
wrong with us? That's
but
it. What's wrong with that? That's the question. What's
what's
wrong with
wrong?
us that he had to? What's wrong with being with a black woman that you didn't elevate it, you didn't evolve, you didn't got up there in status. Now you got to switch over. It's like, okay, wait a minute. What's wrong with us?
Yeah, but I mean, all right. So, are we saying that
And
on a common basis?
I'm just speaking on some black women feel this way. So
Okay,
not
all right,
all,
that's
because
fair too.
some women feel that way. They may not admit to it.
Mhm.
It makes them
I'll be
feel some
drinking
kind.
distilled water instead. Tread softly, y'all. Tread softly. Tread softly.
I mean, we really are, but that's the name of the show. Things that people don't want to talk about. Nobody wants to talk about this. No, I mean, we see it going on all the time, but no one wants to talk about how do you feel? How does it make you feel?
Mhm.
You're not voicing that.
So yeah, that's what we're getting to. Is the whole
Okay.
notion of your sleeping enemy?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. You were just going to be honest. Yes.
So
Your
would the
sleep.
enemy identify as a person or the individual, or you talking about history?
History.
Uh, so
History.
should that person be persecuted for what their forefathers may have done?
My son dates outside of his race, and it took me a long time to accept that. So, um, no, they should not be persecuted for what their forefathers done. But let's switch this around. A white man brings home a black woman, and the family is looking like, well, wow,
Hmm.
yeah, that I'm sure it's some white people out there that have reserved feelings about
Yes.
their loved ones dating outside their race. Hi, Joanna Smith. Good evening. Thank you for pairing. Thank you for coming on. Hope that you enjoyed the show. Please feel free to drop a comment on how you feel about basically dating outside your race.
Hmm.
That's just basically what it is. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a TikTok fan. I love TikTok, and I see a lot of black women with white men on there. They seem to be very happy,
Right. Right.
very, very, very happy.
Very.
In their Oh, okay. Oh, that was a private. No, that's a private chat. Oh, is it a private chat? Okay, I don't know how that works. Can she
Me
see that?
neither. I'm gonna figure it out.
I think it's over in the right hand corner. Yeah.
Right, that's good.
Okay, cool. So yeah, John, have you ever dated? And you know what? I'm not. Ooh, I'm just going to be honest, since this what we're talking about. I've always thought that men who date, I'm sorry, black men who dated white women were weak
Mm. Mm.
Why?
because they were dating the enemy.
So wouldn't that make him actually stronger?
How?
He's going against the norm.
He's going, look, we're talking about how I used to feel.
Right. I'm not
Okay,
knocking
okay,
that.
okay, okay. We're talking about how I used to feel at a time where um, the black man is still hated. Um, growing up in school, the education, the history that was given to us, it's like, and then the culture shock of going from an all black school to an all white school and watching all these black guys date these white girls. I was just like blown away. Like, what? This is real? So yeah, and I just thought, how could you? They
Mm.
don't even like you. The history shows that.
But his
But
own women don't even
my
like him as well.
thinking
So what
then.
options do he really have?
That was my thinking then. That was my
Right.
thinking.
I'm not knocking your thinking.
Okay.
I'm not
And
knocking
then
you as an
I didn't take
individual.
into consideration that, okay, again, I went from an all black school to an all white school. It's more white girls than it is black girls. He's venturing out, he's exploring. He's exploring. So yeah, that's that was my thinking then. Now my son is in love with a white girl, and
Uh, to
I'm
answer
just
your
saying, y'all got
question,
to tread
uh,
you know, it's been
yeah.
very I will say it has been very interesting. Brianna knows
Mhm.
to call me as soon as she gets this. Her name
Mhm.
is Brianna, same as my daughter. So yeah, call me when you get this, honey bunny. So yeah, all right.
Um, I haven't interracially dated. No.
Really?
Dated, and that's key. That's key. Dated. Sex, yes. Dated, no. Uh, if you were to ask me why, it was a combination of factors. I don't oversimplify it as, oh, it's a special case right here. It wasn't like that. It was merely really who was going to show me the most love. And so
Mm.
you're usually in the proximity of the people who show you the most love.
Come
You
on,
know,
bro.
What did you say? What,
Go ahead, John.
brother? What did you say?
I said clear his throat.
Okay, I
you got a
tried.
comment from Joanna?
Go ahead. You want to read that, brother?
What did I say? I want to read it. It was sure. I tried to date outside my race before, but I couldn't have a white man help me raise a black son. I see those dynamics.
He would never understand.
But
He would
see,
never understand.
I mean, I kind of I ain't gonna say I know where John might go on this, but like I
Ooh.
say, I'm gonna call it what it is. Ain't nobody else gonna say it. I'm gonna say what it is.
Go ahead.
In some cases, it's a mind fuck. That's what it is. And my perception of this is that it's hard to instill in a young black man that might be growing up in a household where the father might not be there, his father might not be there, and you have to bring in a substitute. Not
Mm.
necessarily saying that that man has to be his father, but he is what you would consider to be the next best thing to his father as representation as a male figure or a positive male figure in the home front. Um, sometimes we love, but we got to ask ourselves: is it what's needed to continue to perpetuate a life cycle? I'm just saying. Sometimes our wants and needs don't match up. Just saying.
Hey, keep
Just
it
throwing
real.
something out there. Just throwing
We're just.
something out there.
This is just
I
a
kind of want
discussion.
to ruff John feathers on this one.
I think you should. This is just a
Come on, John. I know you
discussion.
got some.
Just being open. I got a brother. We didn't meet until later on in life, so I didn't get an opportunity to grow up with you. But I'm very much happy to have you in my life now. Have you ever dated outside your race?
No,
Have you ever partaken certain?
no.
Okay.
So I couldn't tell you nothing about a European. I couldn't tell you nothing about it.
Okay.
Or Asian. mm,
And
In you know,
your reason for not dating outside your race?
here's a fact. Uh, I don't smile, so I intimidate more than um, I don't know, just intimidating. And then my thought process, and even then, I was never really in a situation where I'm surrounded by people
there
of my
it
opposite
is.
culture. So you could blame it
Proximity.
for proximity. Yeah, you could blame it on that. But then at the same time, I mean, that's what you can blame it on.
Okay.
That's what you can
I
blame it
hate
on.
to now. I have several brothers. Um, the one that I have down in Jefferson City. Um, I love you, brother. If you ever watch this, I'm not saying this to put you down or anything. Has 14 kids, and all except for one.
You be spilling the beans, like. Hope ain't no feds watching this one.
I am not spilling the beans. I am just using this as, I love my brother. There's
Child
nothing I
support,
won't do
sign him
for
up.
him. It's nothing I won't do for him. Ooh. Mm. Oh wow.
think what's eventually going to happen when it comes to this whole conversation, and even the reality of interracial dating, interracial marriages, is I mean, we have to always take into consideration we're into it. You know, this is one of the most diverse countries on the planet. Okay, and if we're really honest, if we play this scientifically, nature
Mhm.
prefers diversity. Nature's always going to prefer diversity because it ensures survival, right? And it's creative. Diversity is about creativity. So it seems like right now we're treating interracial relationships like they're special because we're still emerging from that taboo space. And really,
Mm,
what makes it even more uncomfortable, it's not even just the phenomenon itself, it's really the institutional and the soft technological energies around this. It's the fact that racism actually is. And so it becomes in our reality, and it becomes one of the most salient things when it comes to relationships. For example, if I were in Africa and that's all I saw was,
quick question.
yeah,
With the question that was asked, well, I ain't gonna say asked, with the statement that was made, what do you feel about that? Oh, I want to say, what would be your thought process on that? Having a white man raise a black son.
oh, white man raised a
Oh,
black son.
oh, okay.
Yeah, both of y'all.
Oh, ooh, no.
I think it I think it can be done.
Mm.
No, no, I wouldn't. You know, I've I've thought about it. I'm not gonna lie. I've thought about it. Um, he would not understand me. We come from two different cultures. No, I
So,
can't.
well,
I
let me
can't
We're not,
ask you this.
picture.
but we
Hold,
talking
let
about the
me
black
finish.
son, not necessarily you, Renee. The black son,
But
not
I
you.
know
The
that.
black
No,
son.
hold on, but let me finish. I can't.
Mhm.
If
Okay,
that was a sneeze, bless you, John.
I see where this
If
is
it was a
going.
sneeze.
If it was
Yeah. But
the
in any
question was,
case,
go ahead.
yeah, he was really just alluding to the white man raising black son, right? And here's my take on that. The question is, what are we trying to presume here? Like, what is the overall goal in this relationship?
Mm.
So, if we're talking about a white man raising a black son, his race, their race is not what they like. That's not the totality of what they are. The goal isn't necessarily just to raise him to be a black man, but to just be a man, and to
Mm,
let that boy, and to let the boy decide what his racial identity is. Because let's be real, we're presumptuous in thinking that everybody's racial identity forms the same way. That's not how this works. Even with culture, even with culture, just because you guys are born in the same cultural vacuum doesn't mean that the culture, like, you're gonna end up turning out the same way, right? Because I was born in the culture, but I also deviated from it. You know, I made the definition of what a black man is based off of what I decided. Like, it wasn't taught to me from the beginning. I had to pick it up and learn it on my own through experience, right? So what I'm saying is, with that white father, his goal is to still provide, still protect, still instruct, at least, in terms of like stimulating intelligence, emotional maturity, right? Instilling values, personal values, and then let the boy decide the other part of it. But as discovery, just enough for them to, create it on their own.
mm. Brother,
Um,
Coming from a man with 2 sons.
Anything else you want to tell about me? Finish running down my profile.
Oh my
You know what?
God.
We is not going there.
um,
I love you.
I understand.
Uh,
I understand the premise of what John is speaking of.
Hmm.
And yes, that does make sense, and it is based off of what. Well, hold on. It's still up to the mind frame, the mindset of that of set individual to want to go from a boy to be a man first and foremost. Let alone try to teach a young boy how to become a man. That's one thing. But the one thing that we cannot exclude is what do you see in the mirror every day?
Mm. Okay.
You know, so I mean, no matter what, yes, it may be your home front of your perception and your surroundings of your set community that you grew up in, but this world is way bigger than the teardrop that you put in. So outside of that, it ain't just your community; it's the world that formed who you are as of today, you know, and it goes back to somatic systems that's involved. It goes back to what country you're even born in. I mean, it's a lot of things that's involved in that that make it hard. So even for that white man raising a black son, vice versa, for a black man to raise a white son, you know, it's a disconnect. For one, it's hard for us to easily relate out the gate if we all we see is our color first and foremost.
Mm.
mhm.
Like
Good
John
point.
said, outside
Good
of
point.
that, do I see a man? Do I see a white man? Do I see a white boy? Do I see a black man? Do I see a black boy? You know, what is the stigma that's being force fed to me on TV and some of the social media outlets that I involve myself in, let alone certain places I go hang out at. You know, so it's a lot of things that it's just a lot of systems that play a part in that, and it just depends on your upbringing. So if you were to sit that black boy or that white boy down and teach them who they are first and foremost, and build from that point up, then I think that'd be a positive thing. But first and foremost, if anything, like John said, help them truly understand what it takes to grow from a little boy to a man, which is, I mean, you know, his 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 gender and his gender role is more important, first and foremost, before you put his race, because one day he might want to see what pepperoni pizza tastes like versus just cheese. You know what I'm saying? So you know
We
you, you got to let him live. You know?
we have a comment
Mm.
from Nico Phillips Bay. He says, no, staying with your own race helps to keep the bloodline strong.
Go ahead,
What
John.
does that mean? Yeah, what does that mean? Keep the bloodline strong. Keep
Nico,
bloodline
our number
strong.
here is 314-639-9345. If you want to call in and have this conversation.
What are we saying
Because
about Frederick Douglass's descendants? Because he did marry a white woman in his second marriage, right?
Mm, mm, mm.
So what are we saying about Frederick Douglass? What are we saying about Barack Obama Sr.?
Ooh, watch out, man.
look, I had to look away. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Mm. Nico, do you have anything you want to say behind that? This is just a discussion. Nobody's
Hmm.
wrong or right. What did you say?
Now,
How did
No,
you?
that's
we
good.
also we also want to make a distinction here, y'all,
Ooh,
as it
that's a
relates
good
to.
question.
We want to make a distinction between the preference.
So you
There's
talking
a
about?
preference, right? You have your racial preference, right? But then you also have dating or marrying interracially from a negative space. So I've heard some people say that you're marrying out because you hate yourself. And I've heard this quite a bit. I've heard this one, right? But it makes me wonder, why aren't the races subjected to the same theory, the same self-hatred? So, for example, when we see
Um,
Asian women, dating white men, we say that Asian women hate themselves.
He responded. He said, "You tell us."
Tell us about what?
Um, this was Nico from the comment of you said no, staying with your own race helps to keep the bloodline strong, and your response to that was, what does that mean? And he said, "You
Yeah, I was
tell
asking.
us."
No, he had to say, "You tell us about something else."
Yeah. Okay.
Because that doesn't line up. Okay, keeps the bloodline strong, and I
Uh,
say, what does that mean though? Like, what are we saying? Yeah, that's why I was going into the examples. What are we saying
Okay.
about the children, the progeny, those people who dated interracially? Are you saying that their bloodline is strong? And how do you know? What do you base that off of?
Nico, you want to just call in? The number is posted. 314-639-9345. Anybody that want to call in to tell us, how you feel about dating outside your race. And have you dated outside your race? My brother did pose a question to Joanna. How did your relationship develop when you were dating outside your race? I don't know these things. I've never dated outside my race. I don't
Mm.
know. I
But
don't
I
know.
just, but I just want us to keep in mind their relationships are different, but they're not special. They have their unique problems. You take any collection of black couples, they're gonna each have their unique problems. And yeah, they see each other. They're like, yeah, that's a black woman, that's a black man.
Right.
But also
Right.
at the same time, you don't have to state what's already known. Like, you don't say we have a house constantly just to affirm the fact that you have a house. It's kind of implied, all right, you're in here at the moment. So yeah, this, right? But what I'm getting at is, I understand that there are motivations out there. Like, there's distinct motivations for people to get involved in dates, interracial relationships, right? But we cannot put a blanket explanation on all of these. As
Mhm.
I was saying earlier, there's preference, and then there's, I'm choosing to date interracially because of something that I was lacking in my childhood, because of my experiences with racism, or as a means for me to dissociate myself from the term racist. So my proximity other race will make me less than that. I don't want to be titled that. There's a little bit to say that applies to certain cases, but not all cases. And we do that. We'll do that a lot. We'll say something along the lines of, dang, we lost another one. But
Mhm.
we don't know, first off, how good that one is. I could understand if the circumstance was, black man dated a black woman, and then he ended up dating or marrying a white woman, right? And we
Mhm.
have we see that
That's
transition.
yeah.
But the
Yes.
presumption is he was a good black man. That's the right.
But we don't know that.
We don't know. Yeah. So but my
We don't
thing
know
is,
that.
how do we know that we lost something that we didn't really ever have to begin with? Like, we didn't know
Mhm.
who this guy was. We don't know his circumstance. We don't know if, okay, if he would have today interracially within his group, that he wouldn't be abusive towards that black woman. We don't know that.
Mhm.
So I want us to ensure that, yeah, you can have a preference, that we're good with that. Everybody has a preference
Right.
about something, right? But it's
Right.
I'm dating this person to escape something. Like it might be I've dated all these Hispanic men and it's just nothing but dysfunctional relationships. So if I date a white person, then my life will be better. It's that mentality that we're having a problem with because essentially you start spouting hate to one group while in favor of the other. It's the
Um,
spouting of the hate. You don't when you have a preference, you don't have to hate anybody. There's no hate
right.
involved
That's
with
your
that,
preference.
right?
Monet, I don't know if you're still watching. I know Monet is a good friend of mine. Um, and she prefers to date outside her race. I want her to call in so bad. She's just being so nervous about it. Oh, hi, honey.
Here's the other thing. Does dating interracially, if you're a black person, right?
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Does dating interracially make you less black all of a sudden, and why?
Hold on.
Oh, that's crazy. Hold on. A strong.
Nico, go ahead. Who's reading? We have to get right with
No,
our
I'm
own
trying to
things
see.
before
I'm
we can
trying to
get
see
right
how do.
outside nationalities. This is from Nico. Monet, call in, please, and tell us why do you prefer to date outside your race, if you don't mind me asking, or putting you out there?
Uh,
And Nico said we have to get right with our own women before we can step outside with other nationalities. Anybody want to comment on that?
I'm still trying to figure out the why. Like, what's the purpose?
Hmm.
I mean,
Nico, you want to just call in?
that's really going to depend on the
What's the
individual,
phone
right?
number
So,
on here? I didn't put it on this one. Hold on, honey.
Okay. For whatever reason, there are people that are watching. For whatever reason, they can't even comment on here.
Really?
Yes, really. And this is what I
oh,
was saying. Like,
oh, okay.
Okay,
yeah.
are
So
you not able to? Let me go back.
Don's saying the same thing I'm saying. I'm sure.
Okay.
But for the record,
All right.
thank you, Jay. What's
I
up to
have no
Jay?
idea
What's up,
why.
Prince Phyllis Jackson? What's up to Musa Muhammad? What's up to Carlos Brown? Like, I got comments here, but I don't see them on the that's crazy.
I am so sorry. I don't know what happened. We had to go back out and then come back in. I
Right, right,
have
right. Bro.
yeah, I have Monet on the line. Monet, you there? Oh,
Just
let
a
me just
good
put the
one.
speaker on.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes,
Oh, wait a minute. This is not Monet. Who am I speaking with?
it's Nico. It's me.
Oh, hey, Nico.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's even better. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Can y'all hear him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and speak your mind, brother.
Now, what I was saying is that the reason why I feel we should stay within our own race is because we have to make things right with our own women before we can be able to branch out and reach out to another race of people.
Okay. Anybody got a comment behind it?
Black liberation. I could dig it. Okay.
Okay,
Okay. That's what it comes
brother.
down to. Black liberation.
Okay.
Because they're the
He loves
yeah.
he loves his
You
own people.
understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. He loves his own people. He loves his people. There's nothing wrong with that,
Together we stand, divided we fall, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I can dig it. I can dig it.
So it sounds like we can help who we love. Can we? Or because I've heard from one side, there's one side that says you can't help who you love. I hear that. I don't know. I feel like you can. I feel like you can help who you love, but some people feel opposed to that. They can't help who they love. They feel who they feel in love with, right?
Tell them I don't feel that we can.
He said, I don't feel that we can.
You can't choose. You can choose or you can't choose.
He said you can choose or you can't choose.
You can choose, but choosing to date someone outside your race, with you facing identity crisis within yourself from a social, political, and economical standpoint, then it's not good. It's not healthy for the soul. Not healthy for the spirit. My eyes.
All right, different. That's different.
That is.
All right.
Yeah, thank you for calling in. Wait a minute. Hold on. Go ahead. You want anything you want to add to that, John?
Oh, no.
Okay, cool. Well, Nico, I want to thank you for calling in with your comment. I really appreciate it. And the support. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share on all of our platforms. And thank you for watching.
All
right, thanks. All right, Monet, I sent the number. Call, honey.
All right, I have a few comments from my page on.
Go right ahead. I don't know what's going on. Why it's not all coming up. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to work on that.
Kashana says, "I honestly don't care. Love who you want, but don't talk bad about Black women." Christina says, "Can I make a comment? I believe beautiful. I believe we are all the same race. We are just different breeds. For instance, like dogs, they're all canines, but different breeds. You have a heart, so do I. If I skin myself and yours, okay, that part I don't know. I believe all races out of white are more humble about family, and white people are too damn prideful and controlling and send our elders who once whipped our butts to the government. That's not right to me. Things won't change until you change. We change and all change. We can't live in the past. We need to live in the future." Seal says, "I'll get a buck. I was rejected by a Black woman who told me she doesn't do Black men. And that was the most hurtful rejection I've ever felt."
Okay. Oh. Yeah, turn it down so it don't echo.
Yeah, I gotta turn it down.
Okay.
Turn it down.
How you doing, honey?
Okay. Hi, honey.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are y'all doing?
We're doing good, hon. Can y'all hear her well? My brother over there just making he's just responding to everybody.
Okay.
Well, tonight's topic is dating outside of your race. And some people just prefer it. And I want to know, yes, there's something wrong with that. Who is that? Somebody's just coming. Okay, I'm gonna let my brother handle that. How do you feel about it? Because I know this is something big like, oh, hey, Costello. Hey, honey. Go ahead and tell us how you feel about it.
Well, for me, like, not only did I just only date out of my race, I come, I'm from Zimbabwe. And in our culture, you're supposed to marry people from your own tribe. So I jumped over the tribe. I jumped over everything. And my family used to question that because I knew who I was going to marry when I was at a very young age. I've shared my story with you, Renee. I knew. So growing up, I used to tell my family that I was going to marry a white man, and they thought I was crazy. I was nuts. And I think one of the reasons, too, for me, why I prefer to date out of my race is because of the trauma that I experienced with men in my family. And in our culture, like my brother, who is 42. He has 40 kids with different women. My dad had several wives. My grandfather had several wives. So for me, I didn't agree with that. It was part of our culture for men to have several women. And I think I'm such a jealous, I'm a jealousy person to share my men.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I did try to date somebody from Zambia, and that didn't go well because he believed that he should have as many women as he wanted to. So I think for me, that's why I choose to date out of my race, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it, as long as the person is good to you and good for you. And like my family, actually, some of my family members, at first they had issues with it because they're like, you should marry people from your tribe. Just like Nico said, that to keep this bloodline strong. That's what our culture believes. That's why you're supposed to marry people from one tribe to keep your tribe strong. Because when you mix with other bloods, they believe that you're diluting the bloodline. So I agree with what Nico was saying, and I understood what Nico was saying, because culturally, that's why people in Africa were told to marry the people from their tribe, because it strengthens that bloodline. So like I don't see any issues with it. I feel like we are all human. We just the color of our skin is different, but it all boils down to how that person treats you, whether they are white, black, Chinese, whatever nationality they are. How do they treat you at the end of the day? How do they treat you as a person? Do they treat you with respect, with love? I think that's what it boils down to when it comes to me.
And go Monet. Oh my God. I love it.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, very, very well done. Very
I got a
well
quick little comment from Carlos Brown. He said Asian men.
All right, and thank you for calling in. I really appreciate it, honey. I will be calling you.
All right, you all look so beautiful.
Thank you, Queen. Peace. Appreciate it.
All right. All right.
I got a comment from Carlos Brown.
Go right
It's
ahead.
going to read as Asian men say Asians hate themselves when they go outside of their race.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. We have more comments too. Go ahead.
Another comment from Carlos Brown. How do you think that can be done, especially when it comes to giving him an understanding of self? And I think that question is more geared to the comment that Joanna stated about how do you raise a black boy with a white man.
Oh, wow. I'm not seeing all the comments. Can't post some of it. I'm going to have to figure out what that means so we can be able to post on all. I might have to upgrade this subscription or something. But yeah, thank you, Costello, for your comment. She said she would never. She agree with here. Is nothing wrong with dating outside your race, but she would never do it. I agree with her. There's nothing wrong with dating outside of her race, but she would herself would never do it. Nico said, as long as you're doing it for the right reasons, but if you think your life is going to advance doing so, then shame on you for thinking less of your race.
Got another comment from Musa Muhammad. I'm a strong advocate for people only dating within their race, but I can't turn a blind eye to the difficulties of dating within the black community. The modern educated black woman in America values both material wealth and her education over the black man. The modern black woman doesn't respect or expresses femininity to the black man. Other races do the opposite. As a young black man, I used to think that black men who dated outside of their race were weak, until I started to realize that most black women are walking around with trauma that stems from their childhood, and they would not accept a man, I'm assuming black man, that doesn't reflect that trauma. So that's deep right there.
What's his
And
name again?
Musa Muhammad.
Musa Muhammad. Thank you. Yes. Be patient with her. Help her get some help because it's real. And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of men don't understand that. We talked about this early on in one of my first lives about how childhood sexual abuse is closely connected to mental health. It does something to a young girl. It makes her look at life a whole lot differently. It makes her look at men in general a whole lot differently. Some of them choose to go to the other side for a more gentle approach, depending on how severe the trauma was. And yeah, she does kind of side eye. I'm not gonna lie, the Black man when it comes to certain relationships because of how she was treated as a child by a Black man. I'm just putting it out there. Yeah.
I got another comment. Yanni Black. Her comment reads, Black people have been through hell and hot water. And anybody understands the better than anybody understands that better than us. How can a white person understand our fears, our trauma, and our systematic abuse? So how can they accept our Blackness?
That's a little loaded and presumptuous, even still, because we don't even do that with ourselves. We don't even give ourselves patience as a people.
Thanks for the comment, Miss Yanni Black. Appreciate
it. Thank you. If you want to call in, 314-639-9345. We would love to talk to you.
How do you repost that number?
314. You got it? 639-9345 for anyone who wants to call in with their comments. I want to thank everyone who has taken our time to call in with their comments. Nico and Monet and everyone who is leaving a message on this chat. This is one of our finest threads yet so far.
I think we've been missing out on a lot of comments.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna have to figure that out. I'm sorry, y'all. We are going to get better. Trust me. This is just the beginning. We're not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. It says can't post a message.
See, that's another issue.
Channels, learn more. I'm gonna, once we're done with the lab, I'm gonna go ahead and figure out how to make sure that when I do post that it goes to all channels and that whoever leaves a comment that it'll all come up so we can all see it.
You may get a call coming in, by the way.
Oh.
You may get one, yeah.
I may get one. Okay. Although, you posted the number. Oh, that'll be nice.
Yeah, someone asked for the number, so
yeah. Oh, well, come on.
For that.
Call in.
Yeah, go ahead and call, Alan. Go ahead and call.
We will love to hear your thoughts concerning dating outside your race. And Muhammad, that was Muhammad. Tell him to add me as a friend on Facebook. I would love to talk to him. Thank you. So yeah, that was he hit it right on the nose. He really did. It is a lot of women walking around with trauma that have not received any help for their trauma. So yeah, he hit it right on the nose.
Is it ideal? Like, okay, so do we think the goal in interracial dating is love, just like anything else? Is it?
I would hope so. I would hope so. Now, from the outside looking in, hold on. When Black women see Black men again evolve and elevate and get them a trophy wife, do they do it out of love or do they do it for the look? Okay. Now that he's up there with all of this money, he needs to be walking around with something that's fitting to how much money he's making. Did he do it for love, or did he do it for the look?
But I mean, a social image at that level usually has to translate into some sort of financial incentive. Otherwise, there's no reason. There's really no strong force in doing it. You know, it's like he's not obligated to do anything, right? He's not obligated to marry that white woman. But if he decides to, and we say that it's other, then it's still a socio-political ploy for him to get more money of some sort. You know, like
Oh, she wants the number herself. I think I just posted it again. Miss Yanni Black, the number is 314-639-9345. Please call in.
Oh, we would love to talk to you. I got it on. I got it turned down, but it's on. I'm going to see it when it pops up. It's right here. Boom. This has been a good live tonight.
Miss Yanni Black says, when the police pulls over my son, I feel it in my soul. I'm scared. I know what it feels like. How can she? Wait a minute. She doesn't get racist. How can she? No, she doesn't get racist treatment. Yeah, Miss Yanni Black, please call in. Again,
so we can understand.
please
Yeah,
call
so we
in.
can understand you better. Please. The number again is 314-639-9345. Please call in with your comments. And I want to thank everyone again for watching, commenting, calling, leaving messages. We really appreciate it. Wow, this was a nice response. I like it. I love it. Oh yeah. This was oh, all right. We have an incoming call. Good evening. Go ahead and turn your computer down, your phone down, or however way you're watching us. Go ahead and turn it down in the background. Who am I speaking with this evening?
Yanni Black is on.
Oh, hi, Miss Yanni. My brother was just talking about you.
Peace to the queen. Thanks for calling in. Peace, peace.
All right. Thank you. My brother said thanks for calling in. I don't know if you heard him or not. Go ahead. You want to go ahead with your thoughts concerning dating outside your race?
Okay. So I feel like, yes, you can love who you want to love. That's okay. But marriage and love should be a soul connection. You have to find a connection. With that connection, it's deeper than money. It's deeper than looks. It's deeper than being black. So yes, a white person and a black person, a Chinese person, yes, if you find that connection, but that connection runs deep. It runs deep all the way through your body, to your bones, to your ancestors. So what I was saying is, when my son gets pulled over, a lot of time I wake up in the middle of the night, I know something's wrong. That's that mother's intuition. Not only is that mother's intuition, when I know that I'm going to jump up out this bed, where you at, I'm on my way. Nobody else can feel that way about a black boy, because nobody has experienced what black mothers have experienced. So with my son being a rapper, and he's out there and he's making money, and no, you cannot bring a white woman home. I don't want to see that, period. Because she'll never love you like I love you, and I want somebody to love you like I love you. Not only that, I want them to feel when you hurt. I want them to feel why you hurt. I want them to see where it's coming from. So no, absolutely not. Nobody can love us like we love us, because it's deep. I cried with Aubrey during this trial. I cried because I felt deeply how that boy was treated. I cried the other day watching Emmett Till, because I look at them devils in their eye and I know that they don't give a damn about us. So when somebody else, you got her on your arm because she's a trophy piece, and I'm looking at you like, yeah, when that money gone, she gone. Because that's how it goes. And it's the definition of sanity. It happens over and over and over and over and over again. How many white women cried for Emmett Till? How many white women cried for Aubrey? How many white women cried for Floyd Jones when he called for his mama. No, they don't. They didn't feel that like we felt it. They want to act like they did, but I cried because I know what it feels like when the police pull me over and they rude to me. She don't know what it feels like when they rude to her. She just said, "Oh, you just sit up straight. Oh, just show them your ID. It'll be all right." They don't know. So how can you have that intuition and that agape love deep down inside of you that stretches out not to just my son, but all the black men? You know, I got a little money. You know, I'm living good. And I told one of my friends, I'm still with a man. He don't have to have two right, a left and a right shoes. He can have two left shoes and don't own the right, as long as he knows how to love me. So it's not all the time about money. Mm-hmm. It's about me helping this black man through that trauma. And these black men strong enough to say, you know what, you fight me, but I'm going to hug you until all the tears is gone. I'm going to love you until the tears is gone. I'm going to love you until the trauma is gone. I am not that person that hurt you. Don't be so fast to run away from her. Because when we love hard.
Who is this woman again? Yanni? Find me on Facebook, yes. Girl. Please add me as a friend. I need to send you my number, honey.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for that call in. I just want to piggyback on what she just said. I don't know if anybody ever checked out the Netflix Colin in Black and White. It's basically about Colin Kaepernick and how he went from being a young man growing up playing football. And as when he actually got up into high school, he had a deeper connection with the black community than he did growing up in the white community. And the more he spent time with the black community, the more he felt at home. Mm-hmm. I'm only saying that to piggyback off what she's saying, because he was he grew up in a White House, and certain things that went on, he didn't understand, like, why didn't his parents see with their eyes or their third eye from the point of view in which he was treated consistently. When he was driving the car, when he went to hotels, he's checking, you know, sometimes they would racially profile him in front of his parents. I'm sorry, his custodian parents. And he'd be like, he'll look at them so as he can retreat for them to save him. And it's not taking place. And I think that's another reason why Muhammad said what he said, you know, to piggyback with Nico. Who do we run to if we continue to mix with other races? And I still understand what John is saying as well. We do come from a melting pot. But at some point, if we don't, I'm not going to say at some point, within your own right, within your own family, within your children that you develop, if you don't take the time to develop a safe haven for them to run to, and you got all this misdirection of what is supposed to be security, I mean, you just kind of out here.
Miss Yanni, I'm going to have to go. We got another phone call coming through, honey. I want to thank you for calling in with your comment, though. I'm sorry, who am I speaking with? Hello? Hello? Oh, they hung up. Call back, whoever that was. It was a 601 number. Oh, I could pin that. I didn't know I could do that. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, Nico, that's all I was saying.
And Nico did leave a comment. He said, that was Chuck? Oh, Lord. Chuck better not come over here tripping. Nico said, how can we love white women when the slave masters raped ours? Any one of you gentlemen want to touch that?
I just finished speaking.
Oh, wait a minute.
John,
I'm sorry, who am I speaking with?
This is Alan.
This is
Alan.
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 Oh, hi, Alan. Where are you calling from, Alan?
I am calling from Mississippi.
Oh, well, what's up to Mississippi?
What's up, Alan? Peace to you, brother.
All right, thank you for calling in with your comment. Go right ahead.
So, hey, John. So, I guess my question is...
I'm sorry, sweetheart. Can you turn us down in the background?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
You are. Is
Okay.
it better now?
Yes.
Perfect. So, I think I have questions and I have a statement. And maybe I have a question and statement. So, the first question is, the conversation is about interracial dating, yeah?
Yes.
So, what is your view? Just a really short thing. What is your view on interracial dating? I don't know if I know each one of y'all views on that.
Oh. I am okay with it. It took me a long time to become okay with it. My son is currently dating outside his race, and he's in love with this young lady. And at one point, I did feel some kind of way about him dating outside of his race. I wanted him to get with the Black woman, to bring me home some Black grandbabies. And now that he's dating outside of his race, I can't alienate him because he's choosing to date another inside of another culture. So I'm okay with it as long as he is being loved, respected, and treated well. Then at the end of the day, that should be all that matters. Go ahead. Anybody else want?
So would that be more so personal, or are you looking at it more as a culture thing?
Personal or culture?
Because you say I accept it because my son.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. So personally, hey, if that's what he wants to do, as long as she's loving him, treating him good, kind, and well, me personally, I wouldn't. At the end of the day, I'm not going to alienate my son because of who he's choosing to.
So what if you step away from your son and you look at it from a culture standpoint? What did you then?
Again, my son has chosen to date outside of his race, and I am okay with that. Me personally, I wouldn't.
Gotcha.
So even so you're saying for everybody else though, like what about the other people?
Right.
What about other people? Hey.
So let me make sure I reiterate.
Hold on, he got me in the hot seat. Hold on. Okay.
So majority of the time when people are talking, they're coming from a place. They're coming from a personal place, or they're coming from an overall standpoint.
We need to be friends.
Your story about your son dating a white lady or a white person.
Yes.
It changed your idea of what interracial dating is.
Yes.
That's personal.
Okay.
But what do you look at it from a culture standpoint? Do you still think that African American people should only date African American, Caucasian should only date Caucasian, and so on?
I believe that we should keep it within our own race.
Okay, I got you. Thank you.
Hey, I'm sorry. My name is Renee.
Oh, Renee. Thank you, Miss Renee. I appreciate that.
No problem.
And so, John, to you, the same question to you, John.
Okay, which one? Which because I think you asked her two.
Both.
You asked her two questions. So what is it? What is my stance culturally?
Personally, what is your stance?
Personally, my stance. All right. So as it applies to everyone else, John doesn't care. I'm pro-Black and I'm pro-interracial dating. I'm just pro-love ultimately. So if you can find that love within your race, great. If you can find that love outside of your race, great.
Great.
I don't. It's a loss. I think the L is when there's a dysfunction. It doesn't matter what relationship it is. It's a dysfunction, right? Personally, as it relates to me doing it, I prefer black. But that's only because I just made it this far. I just made it this far. It could have went any other way if I was in the right environment. It could have went any other way. If I was in Brazil, it would have been Brazilian woman.
Ooh, there's some gorgeous women down there.
And I can't remember your third co-host. I remember his name.
King Newborn, that's my brother.
Oh, your brother. And what's your view on it?
Oh, did he freeze up on us? I believe he did. Oh my God.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay, there you go.
I'm still here.
No, that wasn't a joke. That wasn't a joke because his screen was froze. The screen was froze. Okay, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I was asking
First and foremost, again, Alan, thanks for calling in, and appreciate the questions and your comments. Me personally, this is just me personally. I'm gonna have to say no to it, and here's why. I feel like I will be doing a dishonor to my mother and father by dating outside of my race. That's just my personal understanding. I love my mother and father, even though they was only here for a short time. But as well, I would want for my children to do the same. Now, I do understand love is love. You love what you love. It can come in many different forms. For me to try to force my ideology on someone else, that's not right. But at the same time, if I was to force my ideology on marrying within your race, then that will open up another can of worms as far as same-sex relationships. So I try my best to stay mindful about my personal understanding. This is my personal understanding. As a community, I will have to say I would love for our people to stick with our people as a community. Only reason why I say that.
Hold on. Let him finish his thought. Go
Only,
ahead.
no, it's all peace. It's all peace. The only reason why I say that is because we still have our own issues to deal with as far as our economy and our safe haven. We have no plan of retreat on any level if we were attacked by any sides or any culture or any race, anything. The home front is supposed to be the strongest first line of defense, and if we don't even have that because we're too busy cultivating other cultures and not even trying to take care of the home front, I mean, again, that's just my understanding. I understand as a whole, as a totality, what everybody else is saying on this panel, and I respect it all. I'm just saying that's just my view of it.
Okay. Is that open? Okay. So are we dealing with trauma? I think the other caller was saying that one of the callers was saying that she married outside of her race due to how she thought her brothers were doing. So I was thinking that was personal trauma. So is people not dating in or out of their race because of trauma? Are we saying not to date outside of our race because of what has happened to us? And are they saying to date within a different race because they hasn't been treated within their own race? I mean, are you guys hearing that?
That was Monet, and that was a personal choice for her. And that's not that's not the message that she's putting out there for everyone to do. That was just a personal choice for her to date outside of her race.
Not her. I was just picking back off of the comments. So there's some studies that has been done about interracial dating, and it's been numerous studies done by white people and black people. Some of the studies show that people who
who say we're not going to date outside our race because of trauma. 80% of this shows trauma because of what happened to our ancestors, how they treated us, things happen now, police brutality. So we say they don't understand our struggle. How can we date them? And I do get that. But what happened to us loving people, like having a choice to love and not to be criticized because we love a particular person, but they look different than us? What happened to that? All of that goes away because we deal with our trauma and we don't think about how do we heal from the trauma that we deal with. Even though the trauma still exists, we start healing from the trauma. And actual love, we are finessing into trauma. Trauma is powerful. Trauma is just like fear. If it's not controlled, you'll miss out on what's great for you. But that's kind of my comment. And that's just a question I want to ask you guys because I wasn't clear on what your personal view was on the topic.
Thank you for calling in, Mr. Allen.
Yeah, appreciate that. Damn.
Alan still there?
Well done.
Yeah, Alan is still here.
Yeah.
Hey, Alan, I pose a question to you. So what do you do about the young black man or the young black boy that's growing up in a family and the trauma is there is no black man, period?
Asking that question again is going in and out.
Okay, I'm sorry. What do you do about the young black man or the young black boy that's growing up in a family where their entire culture, or I say their entire line is there is no black men in the family, period. It's just all women. What do you do at that particular point?
So are you asking, so there's a child in place and he has on just his female role model. There's no male there, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. And the question is, how do you raise a child?
How do you raise that child due to the fact that there is no black male role models in the home front? For that young man growing up, the trauma is no black man, period.
The question is, do you have to have a man to raise a child? Can a child be successful and become a man without man? Can he be?
But in this particular question, I'm talking about a young male.
Right. So, but he's got to develop, right?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah. So
here's what I hear. Here's what I hear. And maybe what I hear is wrong. You tell me, okay? What I hear is that you're saying that there's a male. I don't know what age this male is, but there's a black male that's been raised by females. Mm-hmm. And you act. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I don't think, based off of that, I don't think you have to have a male to raise a boy nor a girl. What you need is a stable home. And sometimes a home can become unstable because they could have been abused, could be multiple things that could have caused the home to be unstable. But it's due to those parents to make that home stable. And if that causes that home to be stable by removing that man or female, that's what's healthy. And then the parent has to learn, again, it's one parent or two parents or both parents, it's their responsibility to teach the child. You can teach a man to be a man even if a male is not present. You can teach a girl to be a woman even if the female is not present. Now, there are some things that you might not know about, but that doesn't mean you don't have elders that you can call on, or Google can do a lot of things when they say, when a girl comes on administration, you don't have to have a male or female present to raise people. What you need is good leadership. Oftentimes, we are taught that men have to raise a boy and girls have to raise a woman, and that's not true. That's wrong teaching. No one should think that way. But oftentimes in the black culture, it is so. It is so, and there's a lot of things that we need to unlearn. There's a lot of bad behavior that's been taught within the culture that needs to be untaught. We have a lot of people who think that. And trust me, I deal with people in this daily, so I see it, but it's not healthy. So, and I think I heard you guys say about a white man raising a black boy. You know, the Who cares?
Yeah, before you get to that, Alan, before you get to that, based on what you just said, so I just want to say I want to hear you correctly. I'm just gonna throw I'm just gonna throw something in the air. So if I were to take the analogy based on what you said, that is unhealthy to teach that you need a man to raise a boy, or you need a woman of the same race to raise a young lady or a young girl to be a woman, that's almost like saying to teach someone how to play basketball, just let them watch soccer.
No, that's not the same.
Well, technically, if you take the principles of it, you do have rules that you need to follow. Some rules you need to follow. There are certain levels of engagement that you need to follow, but then there's nothing that would teach this person how to play basketball other than to be playing basketball. Just as well as there's no way to teach a young man how to be a man other than a man teaching him. Not saying that man, set figure or individual, is the right man, but I'm just saying that man is teaching a young boy how to grow up and be a man based off of his ideology of what he brings to the table. But then also, this child learns more from watching, not necessarily from what's being told, but from watching.
Example. Okay.
So
I was making sure.
Okay. So this is a question to your female host. Are you married?
No.
Were your kids raised by you, both parents, or just one parent?
Both at one point in time. And then when me and my husband separated, my son was probably 12, 13 at that time.
So what did you have to do to raise them? How do you teach them manly things?
That's the thing. When a woman is raising a boy, she is raising that boy to be the kind of man, and I hate to say this, and I'm being so
say it. Please
honest.
say it.
I'm going to be so raising the kind of man that they will want to have in their home. That's it. That is it. And a lot and women don't realize that we're teaching our son to be the kind of man that we will want in the house. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's respectful, but I don't think it. I think
you think that's what? I'm sorry, say it again.
Respectful.
I think that's very respectful.
Okay.
That's very. But I think you're raising him. The male is not there. It doesn't mean you don't have ability to do it.
I can only teach him certain things, but as far as how to be a man, he needs to get that from a man. I'm sorry. The balance, the male and the female, that balance needs to be there, because you said parents. That means two, that male and that female, that needs to be there in order for him to be whole. I can only take him so far. But as far as being a man and what it means to be a man, I can't teach him that.
What does that mean, though?
He's gonna. That's it. What is it? Okay, I'm gonna set that to the side, and I'm gonna post this. What does it mean to be a woman? For me, a nurturer. I take care of my children. We all have our different roles to play when it comes to a relationship of the male and the female. It's all throughout our history. It is certain things that I cannot teach him. I can't teach him how to shave a beard. And it will be sad for him to depend on Google when he has a father out there that is alive and well, that he could pick up the phone and call and say, "Hey, Dad." It is just certain things that I cannot teach him. as a man. I'm a woman. Y'all, we think very differently. Men are more logical. Women are more emotional. I'm just putting it out there. I am just putting it out there, and it's the truth. It is certain things that need to come from a man to help him develop into a man. He can't get all of his teaching from me. I'm teaching him how to be a woman. Can somebody help me with this? I mean, whew, brother.
Well, no,
Just I
with
can't
with,
do it all.
with the well, I'm gonna say from what I'm taking for what Alan is saying. Anybody can be um, taught and maintained. Anybody can be taught and maintained from a child up to an adult. I get that.
Mhm,
I understand.
mhm,
If I'm hitting on what the brother Allen is speaking about, but at the same token, it's nothing like growing up and seeing your father or a male love on your mother, or vice versa, seeing your mother love on a man, or your father. But at the same time, just to be politically correct, you can see love being permitted or amplified from same sex. You can get all that. I understand that. But the thing is, when we talk about interracial dating and being in these marriage situations, when you're raising a white boy to become a white man, I can't show him through quote unquote a white man's society or how a white man treads through life. I can only show him how I live, how I walk, how I stand up, how I present myself, how in some cases, based off my voice, my size, and my height, I am instantly a threat in certain atmospheres. Not because I choose to be, not because maybe I know a big word or two with the definition, but by default for the simple fact, my skin tone. So that might be something that he'd be like, I never experienced that growing up. But at the same time, my dad loved me. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I get the premise of what he's saying, but in some
mhm,
cases, depend on the atmosphere, depend on the community, depend on the situation, depend on the environment. It changes from person to person and culture to culture, depending on what your culture consists of.
mm,
Hey, I want to say one last thing, then I'm just going to free up the line for other callers to call in. I would just tell you a story that I witnessed before with a young boy who was trauma. He was traumatized by his father, and he was a black boy, and he was turning 16 years old. I probably been seeing him for a year, and he was traumatized by his father. And one of the things that I discovered is that he was always told what he could not do, and that could not do thing was you better not ever bring a white girl to my house. So he was traumatized by that. Where he thought that he looked at white people as the enemy because that's what he heard. That's what he heard. He heard that they're not good to date, stay within your race. But my question I've always asked is when do we teach our kids choices versus our rules? This is what we think we push off on kids, what we think is needed, what we think they need to go by. When there's sometimes can be trauma with that we introduce them. I think all the time that's what I hear a lot is that when them boys, young black men, would have see a therapist and they're talking about I'm traumatized because my father said that I should not date outside of my race. We don't live in the same era anymore where those logics are just I don't think the logic should have never been imposed. But we do it and we take away people's choice. We don't think we're doing it. We think we're doing the best we can because that's what we've been taught. We've been taught to do it this way. We've been taught to think this way. But it becomes generation from generation to generation, and we carry on generation trauma from one generation to another. So I personally think, and I mean, and based on what you said about parents in the house, or what I was saying earlier about parents in the house, there are good studies that say that good two parents in the house make a great to raise good kids, and that's true. But that's not always the case. It's typically never the case in the Black community. It's really rare. But I believe people should choose relationships based off love, and you get to choose love. So if you want to choose love with a white, Asian, Black, I believe you get to choose that love and be okay with it, and not to feel like you should be judged by your father, or you shouldn't try to hold up a standard for your parents. My parents said, I want to date a Black girl because it's gonna please my parents. We shouldn't do that. Now I can see one of my we should go off to college as the first person going to college or school. I get that, but choosing love is your choice, not no one's choice but your choice.
Someone's calling in.
Yeah, hold on real quick. Hey, Alan, quick question. Are you married?
No, I'm not married.
Were you raised by your mother and father on the same roof?
Yes.
Have you dated outside of your race?
Yes. I'm a racial child.
Oh, that's peace.
Okay.
I think we have two guests that called in. They both are interracial. So I'm not knocking none of it. That never came out of my mouth. I don't promote hate. Love what you love. I'm still gonna say that. But at the same time, I just said for me personally, my thing is about honoring my mother and my father.
I understand. Thank you guys for letting me talk. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for calling in.
We thank you for calling in. We really appreciate you.
For real.
It is my pleasure. You guys enjoy the rest of your night.
You too. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share on all of our social media platforms. And we hope to have you back next week.
We really do.
Bye.
All right.
Appreciate the love.
The other color is probably Hosea.
From a 310 number.
I believe.
Go ahead and call back. Yeah, I'm sorry I left a message. I'm not gonna check it, but call back. Oh my God.
It's Johnny Black. I want to apologize for whatever reason. A lot of comments are not being posted within the main comment section.
Yeah.
So for anybody that is on Facebook trying to comment, can you either subscribe to King Newborn, God Level, or Johnny Skywalker? Please, because we would love.
This has been, and then also on my Facebook page, Renee Wright, it is public. So you can go through and you should be able to put a comment in. Oh my God. Tonight has been.
If you look on your Renee, if you look on your Facebook, because I'm pretty sure John could say the same thing on Facebook, it's not posting to
let me go back and look.
Stream. I don't know why.
I see yours right now. I see yours.
Yeah, I can see yours, but yours is for friends only.
Who, me?
Yours is not public.
Yeah.
For Facebook?
Yeah. It is not public. So you might have been, you did that.
Okay. I don't know how I did that.
You did that. You have it just set for friends only. So
how you change that? That's what I'm saying. I don't know how that happened. But
anyway,
go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off.
Go to the 3 dots to the right of you see the 3 dots to the right of the video? Tap it.
What
and
video?
Your video on your live on your Facebook to make it public.
That's what I was explaining to you before 2 weeks ago. For whatever reason, it hasn't went live at all, period, on my Facebook.
I'm looking at you right now, sweetheart.
I'm not knocking that, Queen.
Okay.
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying on my Facebook, on my Facebook,
on your
when
Facebook.
I click up under this,
it won't allow you to change whether it's public.
It's not showing any of that. That's when I was asking like last week and the week before the same question, and you hit me with that what you just said. You're like, I'm looking at it, and John said, "Yeah, we're good," and I was like, "All right," and I left it alone.
You know what?
No, I'm dead serious.
Yeah, I get, and it's public. I don't know why. I do not know why. I don't know why. Let me see, Alan Maddox. I tried calling. We probably had
That
someone
was
that was
early.
on the
Yeah,
line. Oh,
no,
that was Alan.
that's him. Yeah, that's
That
from earlier.
oh, I'm sorry. Well, Mr. Allen, go.
Why that come so late?
Oh, that was the guy that we just talked to.
Yeah, that was Alan.
Oh, proud of you. You know what? Thank you so much. You are like my number one fan, Miss Monet. I really appreciate you. Thank you, honey buddy. Hey, Boogie. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Hey, Robin. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Nico. Thank you to Donna Guthrie, our auntie. Hey. Oh, wait a minute. We got a phone call coming through. Let me put this on speaker. Hi, you tapped in the guy level. This is things people don't want to talk about. Who am I speaking with?
This is Hosea.
Hey, Hosea.
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing? How that crypto doing? Oh man.
How that crypto doing?
Man.
Man, I don't know what happened to it.
Like it had us up there in that sky for a second, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Auntie said, hey y'all. Hey, Auntie. Go ahead with your comment, Hosea.
Yeah, what are your views?
You said again?
I didn't I feel I'm embarrassed now. I haven't heard any of the conversation yet.
Yeah, so just ask him what his views are. Just ask him what his views are.
Okay.
On
Well, we're talking about interracial dating, and tonight, what are your views concerning dating outside your race?
All right. My views concerning interracial dating.
Yes.
Is that there's two types. There's genuine. I believe people can genuinely meet somebody of a different ethnic or cultural background, and they just have a connection. And some other times, it can be a version of, I won't say self-hate, I would say self-embarrassment. Or looking to get out of the stereotypes and cliches that are normally attributed to their culture.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Wanting to dissociate from a certain identity.
I remember me and John were talking about this too. Also, it's availability. Like, so once you move into certain economic thresholds, there's going to be less people, especially in the black neighborhood. You're going to see less black people. So once you become a wealthy black man or a wealthy black woman, your dating pool shrinks for your race. Yeah. Because of wealth inequality. Yeah. So basically, if you're wealthy and if you get a membership at a country club, there's probably only 5% black people there, and then you got to think of those people available. Of those people there, how many of them are single? Yeah. So I really believe in some circumstances, just the dating pool just gets a lot smaller. Jay was in front of you.
Oh, that's what my son told me. He said, "Mom, they're just everywhere. They're everywhere." Hey, Sherry, thanks for watching, honey bunny. They're everywhere, so I can agree with that. It's proximity, what's around you. Yeah. So yeah. So oh my God, thank you, Hosea, for calling in with your comment.
You guys, I appreciate you guys doing these shows.
Oh, well, thank you. Keep watching us. Make sure you like and subscribe and share to all of our social media platforms. Yeah. And don't forget, just put us out there.
I will do, definitely.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Oh, wow. We're running an hour and 39 minutes right now. Oh my God. Tonight has been great. I want to thank everyone who took
stimulating.
Our time. Very. Who commented, who called, especially Mr. Allen Maddox. Where is he at? Oh, hey, Miss Bills, Miss Von Bills, thanks for watching. Tonight has been very, very, very interesting. All the phone calls, all the comments. They're like John said, very engaging. I want to thank everyone who took our time to watch tonight. I don't even know what we're going to do for next week. I mean, how can we piggyback off of this? Because we did, dating outside of our race, basically interracial dating. What are we going? Hey, love. Thank you for watching. You caught us at the end, sweetheart. We didn't ran up an hour and 40 minutes, and I promise you, it was good. I will play it back after. Thank you. I appreciate that. Great job, everyone from Monet.
We had another one. We had another one lined up. I can't remember what you wrote everything down.
Yeah, we had 3 of them. We had 3 of them lined up. You threw interracial dating in there.
No, that came from John.
Oh, that was John? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I don't want to do all the titles. I don't want to feel like I'm doing all the titles. I want you all to throw in what you want to talk about too as well. I don't want to just to have your own voice as well, if that makes sense. Well, we did the child support, we did the housing, we did the government assistance. It was you. John wanted to do interracial relationship. I don't know. We need to come up with something quick before we get off of here.
Well, we'll make it the announcement.
We'll go backstage. Again, I want to thank everyone for your calls, your comments, and I really appreciate the support. Make sure you like and subscribe and share to all of our social media platforms. I'm God Level on YouTube, King Newborn, John Skywalker. Make sure you check out his music. He is on all streaming platforms. I said it right this time. Hey. And to Miss Yanni, make sure you hit me up on Facebook, girl. Me and you gonna be best friends. All right. Thank you. Peace.